Everyone, welcome to another unboxing, and this time it's going to be for Super Nintendo Mini, or as it's called on the box, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Classic Mini. But that's too much of a mouthful, so we're not going to call it that. But I'm sure everyone knows what this is. It's literally just arrived, so I thought I might as well do an unboxing of it before I set it up. But last year Nintendo released a NES Classic, which is here. So it's just a mini NES with some games built in, and this is the same thing with Super Nintendo instead. We'll take a look what's inside, well, what games are built onto it. So on the box, I believe it does come with 2 controls this time instead of just 1, but it says there you got 20 games plus 1, which is going to be Star Fox 2, because that's like a new game, which is quite strange that we've got a brand new Snes game in 2017. But we should have Super Mario World. I'm going to try look at this through viewfinder best as I can because it's hard to see. Super Metroid, Star Fox, or as we call it in the UK, Starwing. Well, I suppose that's what it was named as. We don't necessarily call it that. Final Fantasy 3, which is Final Fantasy 6, which we didn't get. Super Mario RPG, we didn't get that either. Donkey Kong Country, it's a shame it's number 1 because Donkey Kong Country series is, would I say it's my favourite? Probably. It's definitely up there, probably in top 3. But 1's weak. 2's so much better, but I suppose at least it's got one of them on. Secret Mana, F-Zero, Super Castlevania 4, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Mega Man X, I think this is going out of focus, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby Superstar, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which I didn't actually know it had that, so I'm really glad it does, because that game is so good. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Earthbound, which we didn't get again. Contra 3, Alien Wars, which I think were Pro Protector over here. Super Punch Out, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Fighting, and then of course Star Fox 2, which is brand new. But yeah, so you get a fair share of decent games on that, especially for price. I mean, people might find it a bit expensive, but I don't think it's too bad price. But let's take a look what's inside. Just give me a second. So this is everything what you get inside. You've got the manual along with some other leaflets and stuff. Let's take a look. Nintendo points. I'll not show that because it's got the code on, and I could do with. Wait, what is it? What you get for platinum points? I can't even remember. I think it's gold. What are the best ones? Yeah, just manual, so we don't need that. Then we've got the. Wow, this is quite small. The Super Nintendo itself. Which, there you go. So this is a bit different to the American version because theirs is a totally different style to ours. Ours is more akin to the Super Famicom. But that's the size of it. It's pretty much, I can't really do that there, but it's like the size of your hand. And there's a comparison to the NES Classic, NES Mini. It is about the same size. It's just the NES has got more height on it. And if we compare it to, I've got it here, the original. I can't even get this in the shop. Hang on. So that's the original. That's my old original. Yeah, it's mine. What I had back then, Super Nintendo. As you can see, it's a bit yellow. And then that's the new one, the NES, Super Nintendo Classic. So there's a big difference, and we can compare it to cartridge as well. So a cartridge is roughly the same size, but obviously it's a little bit thinner. But that's quite surprising, that is a small bit of kit. If I pop it there, then what else do we have? We have, so it does in fact come with 2 controllers. Feel pretty good. It looks very similar. Let's just have a quick look. That's my original one with, yeah, a little bit of wear and tear on it, a bit yellow and whatnot. Yeah, it does seem same size. Just a lot fresher and a lot newer. And let's see if they fix a problem with this one compared to the NES, which was the cable for the controller, because it was far too short. Yeah, it's got some decent length on it. You won't need an extension. Well, you might, depending how far away you sit from your TV, but if you're pretty close, you definitely won't need one compared to last time. But then you do get another one if you have any friends, which if you don't, then you have 2 controls for yourself. And then we've got HDMI, standard as anything, and the power, which is just a micro USB. Oops. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else, but that's everything what you need. So as you can, as I've done a comparison, it's tiny compared to Super Nintendo original. Controls pretty much same as the original in terms of size and obviously shape, because it should be the same shape. Yeah, we've had a look at the games on it, and I probably will do some gameplay of this. Maybe a little stream after, just to see what everything's like, see how good everything runs. But that pretty much covers it all, and I hope this helps people out. Hopefully people manage to get one, because I know these are pretty scarce at the minute, and at least we didn't have the ordeal like they had in America, because that was a pretty bad show, because our pre-orders went up pretty much straight away, and we had quite a lot of retailers doing it, whereas it were horrible in America. But yeah, that's everything. I'll leave it there. I'll throw a few edits in this just to speed up the process, but that covers everything. Hopefully it's helped people out, and I will see you all for some gameplay of this later. Right, see ya. Also, I forgot to note that the power button does actually work like the original. Let me focus yet. So it's a switch what goes up and down, and then the reset button is something you can actually press. Eject button obviously doesn't work because there's nothing to put in there, and then those are the inputs on the back. Inputs and outputs, I guess. Your HDMI out, and then your USB mini, just for power. But yeah, that's everything then. Right, here's one thing what I forgot to show, and I think it's really important, because I've just gone to plug it in and I couldn't find it to begin with, and I've just found it now. As you can see, there are no ports for your controller. What you have to do is turn it upside down, and there's a little tab what you can just pull up there, and the front fascia comes off, and then that is your inputs for your controller. Just in case anyone gets stuck like me.